Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick video to talk about a component of our homeschooling. And I posted a picture of one of our weekly outlines, and this had been adjusted because we had no heat on a Monday, so Tuesday we had to kind of pick up. But someone commented and said, "Centers? What are your centers? And how do you do centers?" They are used to an early learning center type setup where you go into a daycare center or a preschool center, and there are all of the little tables grouped, and children can rotate through the centers. And they said, "How do you do that?" Because I work out of our kitchen. I have a desk here in the kitchen. We use our pantry as kind of our bulletin board. My son has a desk, and we also can work at the kitchen table if we're doing a larger activity. And someone said, "How do you do centers there and not have no space to actually have a kitchen?" So I decided I was going to do a video because we do center bins. And I've talked about this before in a couple of other videos, but I wanted to go through some of the centers that we have. And this is our Play-Doh center. And this is a bin that has various kinds of Play-Doh, different colors. There's scissors, there's shape stampers, there's cookie cutters, there's rolling pins, there's rotary cutters, there's Play-Doh knives. We have an extruder that's not in here. So that all goes into a bin. And that one does not stay on the shelf out in the living room because that's too messy. So that comes up into here, and if they want the Play-Doh center during center time, they have to come and ask and wait patiently by the door, and I'll come and I'll get it out and they can carry it over to the table. Another center that we have is Lego. We have a lot of Lego sets that the boys have bought with Daddy, and they put them together. They build them together, but they need to have the adult supervision for those sets. Because if you know anything about the big Lego sets, there's 4 or 5 numbered bags. One part has to be built first, and then the next, and then the next. And that's not something that they can do on their own yet at this point. So this is just some random pieces. So there's one of the baseboards. There's different sizes and shapes. There's minifigs. There's flat ones. There's tall ones. So they can just go ahead and build, and then when they're all done, put everything back, and the center goes away. This Lego center also does not stay out because when a Lego bin gets dumped, it's absolutely atrocious to try to pick it all up, especially if you haven't swept your floor in a couple of days. I've been there, and you're sweeping up Lego, and you're sweeping up some dust bunnies, and you're like, okay, no. We do have a Duplo. We do have a bin like this, but instead of being the little Legos, it is the big Duplos, and we have one of those, and that can stay on the shelf because that's easier to pick up and put away. So that's in a different bin, but just it's the Lego bin, and then that can go in and on the shelf. We have cars, like the Matchbox cars, and a little station, it's a garage gas station type thing. There's ramps and whatever, and they can service the cars and do whatever. And that's one thing, and that stays out in the toy shelf. We have a bin with craft supplies like paint and paintbrushes and glitter and glue and pipe cleaners and that kind of thing. We have 2 of those stations, one that's just craft supplies and one that's just painting. They stay in the pantry as well. They stay back here because that, again, is very messy. We do center time every day, usually a couple of times a day to kind of break things up. And then, of course, they do have free play where they can just, play with whatever they have in their toy shelf. And that's how we do centers. One thing I do want to say is I didn't I didn't have all of these things purchased before the first day that I started preschool curriculum last year. Um, as we got things, I built the center. You know, we had some Play-Doh stuff, and we've gotten some more Play-Doh stuff over the last couple of years. We've gotten new cutters and new scissors and new stampers, and we get, of course, the Play-Doh gets rotated out as it dries out, and you lose some stuff, and you lose some cookie cutters, and or they break or whatever. But so we've built that over time. The Legos have been collected over time. We have the veterinary kit, and that's been built up over time. So things don't just happen. I didn't go out and buy all of this stuff and set it up before our first day of homeschool. I used what we had, and then as I would buy things, there's people would say, what kind of things do you like? I would give some suggestions of things that I could put into a center box and turn it into a center. So that's it. Center time is something that's really fun, and they love it, and they get to pull out, especially some of the ones that stay back there. They get to choose. And when I say it's center time, they can choose anything. It's a good time to have them up at the table where you can do maybe some meal prep that maybe they're not going to be involved in. Or if you need to, do some dishes, or you need to, scrub your floors or do something like that where you need them up and out of the way, you can easily set them up at a table for center time. And you can go and do that within, I like to stay in the same room during center time, but, you can easily let them do that kind of thing, throw in some laundry, and really use your center time for exploratory play for them, which is great. And I don't usually guide center time as much. I let them kind of figure that out on their own. I will sit down with them while they're doing Play-Doh or what have you, but it's a good way for them to be able to learn to entertain themselves and to play on their own and to use their imagination and to have to develop their own fun, and so that it's not just ready-made. I'm not handing them something and saying, okay, do this. It's allowing them to come up with those steps on their own, and it's really fun to watch them during center time and some of the stories that emerge and some of the conversations that they have there. It's really cute, and it's a great way to kind of see where they're at and see what's in their head, and they get to express themselves, and you get some time to do some things that you have to get done, which as mommies, we know that has to happen, and it's hard to figure out how we fit that into our school day, because we do need to be focusing on their education, and we want to be involved, but we do have, the priorities of the home and of our own. I'm not going to lie, center time is a great time to have a hot cup of coffee. I'm not going to lie. It's a great way to do that. And, so yeah, great idea. If you do centers or something similar, put a comment below or link to your vlog or blog and show us how you do your centers, and I'd love to hear how other people are doing it and what kind of things that they do. All right, thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.